Good evening, everyone. It's Devin here. I'm going to go live in about the next minute, but I want to just be able to have a couple people hop on really quick. I tried to go earlier, and I tried to have this thing pretty, game tight on my presentation, but this is why it's live, because it's not perfect. This is the reason why you do live videos, is because I would hope you guys, like anybody else, would be more of a forgiving audience when it comes to making a live video, all because it's live, it's authentic. There's no editing, there's no erasing or different type of sketching, things like that. This is what you see is what you get. So I'm going to go live right now in just in about 30 seconds. I do like to be engaged for a little bit, because I'm going to be on here for a little bit. I would probably say about 30 minutes or something like that, but I want to be able to just share some information to you guys in regards to the tax strategy program, reduction on your taxes, and very important. All right, and I'm just going to go here really quick before I get started, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys for attending. All right, how's everybody doing so far? I hope everybody is well. Once again, my name is Devin here. I'm going live in the next couple of minutes. I'm going to talk about different tax strategies and understanding how to maximize your deduction, also pertaining to real estate, whereas you can really capitalize in this great value that I'm going to give you guys. So stay tuned. Thanks again for enjoying, and thanks for joining me, guys. Thank you. Okay, guys, so let's get started. So once again, my name is Nevin here, and I'm just excited about what's going on when it comes to this year and going forward when it comes to the tax season, as well as real estate and things like that. But most importantly is I want to be able to inform and educate everybody when it comes to understanding the taxes and how to maximize your refund by offsetting a lot of your deductions and also gaining credits. That's very important to know. So let's go ahead and get started. So I want to be able to be really brief, just because I wanted this to be very engageful, and I can't even see if I even if I have anybody on the audience or whatever. So it's all good. We're gonna get started anyway, because this is how you get better. So when we talk about taxes, right? I'm a professional tax preparer. I have a PICHA number, which is a prepared tax identification number. This allows the IRS to say that it's okay for me to get paid from the IRS based on the returns that I have prepared for my customers. So that's very important to know. Also, I'll have an EFIN number, which is a electronic filing identification number, and what that does is it's issued by the IRS to only authorized users such as myself when it comes to being able to send taxes electronically to the IRS to get filed. So that's what I wanted to be able to share with you guys, and I also wanted to be able to show some information. Excuse me. I wanted to show some information pertaining to that as far as documentation wise, because I believe documentation beats conversation, and just be able to show you guys that I do have that information. I want to be able to show it to you on the screen, but I guess due to technology right now, there's a lot of difficulties going on. But that being said, I'll keep going. So I want to start off by saying this: understanding the fundamental of taxes, right? This is very important to know, understanding the fundamental of taxes. All right. So there are three major players when it comes to the tax system, right? You have the United States Congress, you have, of course, the U.S. citizens, us, and then you also have the Internal Revenue Service, the IRS. And these three, what this is the tax system, right? And to understand that, you need to understand that the United States Congress includes, of course, the Senate, which makes the laws that enforce the laws, as opposed to us as a U.S. citizens to pay taxes. And as us as U.S. citizens, we have a role to pay our tax bill, which we have 1/3 control over it. So we have no control over that. So that's why it's important to be able to pay the IRS, because they can come after you, come after us, and we have no say so but to be somewhat prepared. And also you have the Internal Revenue Service, which is this bureau is the Treasury Department that enforces the tax rules. Okay, so understand this: that there's two different types of the tax systems. We have the W-2 status, which is wage earners, people who have their jobs or their careers that they get paid for based on their time, things like that. And these are hourly employees or salary employees. And at the end of the year, what happens is they will get a W-2 showing that here's what you have earned throughout the tax year. And then second, guys, we have what we call is the business owners or the entrepreneurs. And these are anybody who does not get a W-2. So anybody who does not get a W-2, you should be getting a 1099, which I definitely encourage a lot of people who do have a W-2 to also incorporate a 1099, because having a 1099 will give you the ability to really to take advantage of some of the tax codes, which I'm going to get into very briefly. Okay, that's important to know, right? So I want to just kind of like just give you the fundamentals as far as the tax system and how it relates to us as citizens and how it is used when it comes to paying taxes or to participate in taxes. So understanding that is very important to know, right? And I say all that to say this because a lot of times when people are filing taxes with their tax preparer, they don't understand that the IRS has so much money that goes back to them. It's unbelievable. I don't think you guys remember a commercial when there was the guy was like, America, get your money back, get your refund back. He was simply saying that we're not optimizing or maximizing the tax deduction based on understanding what is owed to us. I simply believe in the motto, I don't like to give Uncle Sam a tip. He's going to take his anyway. I'm not trying to give him a tip. So to do that, I understand the tax code of the tax deduction strategy, and that's what I'm going to share with you guys really quick, okay? That's important to know. I'm saying all this to say this because at the end, I am going to ask you of what you think, and I'm going to ask you pretty much for your business. And it's very important to know that, because when I'm giving information here on Facebook and I'm giving value, I'm not coming here just to kind of like spin my wheels. I'm trying to be informative so that I can be able to reach the masses to let them know that, hey, this is a trusted authority here in the market space that I can be able to listen to or to see if I can get help. I'm all about the service mentality, because if I'm able to serve at a high level, in return, it's going to be able to benefit me and my family. So it's all about the service. All right. So understand this right here. So you guys understand about me being a qualified tax preparer. I've been doing taxes for the last 7 years, since 2014. Understanding the tax system and who it relates to when it comes to understanding that there's two types of tax system. There's a W-2 earner. There's a W-2 personnel, people who get their money from their employer. And then there's the 1099 people who are the business owners or the entrepreneurs. Okay, and so a lot of times people know when you're dealing with your taxes, there's things called deductions and write-offs. And people understand that deductions and write-offs are the same thing. Just because when you're talking about deduction and write-offs, we're wondering like there's no difference between them. So what is a deduction? A deduction it's not the same as cash, but a deduction does help you save money on taxes at the end of the year and put cash back into your pocket. So a deduction does have some cash value, but the cash value isn't realized until you get to the end of the year. So if you spend $10,000 in your business, you are not, you're not getting $10,000 back because of what you had spent or expenses that you had lost. So I want to dispel that myth right away, okay? So I'm gonna give you an example about deductions, and I'm saying all this because I want to be able to let you follow me as I be able to explain to you how to maximize your refund, how to offset your deduction and get more credits. Okay, so for example, if you make $50,000 and then you had expense or you had wanted to deduct $10,000, then your tax liability or your tax bracket will be $40,000. You understand what I'm saying? So you got to understand that. So every time that your tax income lower, you drop in a lower tax bracket. That's important to know because people that's understanding are making, there's a wide range of people making a certain amount of money. You want to be able to always be in a certain tax bracket or liability, whereas you're not paying more into taxes that you should or you're expected. And that's very important to know. For example, when we talk about tax brackets, we're talking about, you're simply just calculated by adding your federal income taxes and your state income taxes. There are different type of tax brackets. There's a 10%, 15%, and 30%. Typically, people don't know if you're a W-2 earner, you are typically in that, really, I'm saying that 18 to 25% as far as being taxed. And you need to know that. So let's just simplify that by saying you're at a 25% tax bracket, right? So you understand the math on this. It's deductions times the tax bracket equals the savings. So in this case, deductions is $10,000, right, that we stated earlier. The savings would only be about $2,500. So how do you get that tax bracket lowered? Think of the deduction as a credit card. Every time you use it, you get money back and in rewards, like in the reward bucks or some other form. So every time you spend money or something that you could qualify as a tax deduction, you're getting cash back on whatever the tax bracket that you're in. That's very important to know. So how does deductions work? Deductions really work on, pretty much like, for instance, a home-based business, brick and mortar business, or any other type of business. Portion of your expenses may become a tax deductible. That's very important to know because a lot of people don't even know, and even some of your tax preparers don't even probably tell you that you can deduct your cell phone bill. I know I do. My rent, mortgage. I deduct my car expenses, my car insurance, my electricity, my gas, my water, my internet, different types of uses that I have for my laptop, for my business, and also eating out, things when I go out and travel. So a lot of times people know that you can deduct that, and that's very important to know as well. Okay, so understanding that deductions and write-offs are the same thing, but understanding how to maximize that is understanding the liability code of what you stand under based on your income. So if you want to deduct $20,000 based on some of your income that you could deduct, let's just say you made $80,000, then you can be able to deduct that $20,000, so you be in the tax bracket liability code of $60,000. You understand what I'm saying? So the lower your tax bracket is, so if your income is here and then you lower that tax bracket down to here, then you'll be able to qualify for more deductions, which will in return give you more money coming back. So that's important to know, right? So I'm going to be able to continue on, and I want you to understand like where I'm going at the end of this. So let's talk about legal versus non-legal, right? This is important to know. So people don't even know that when it comes to the IRS, they are looking what they have in their own eyes or their view as the Internal Revenue Code or the tax code. It's very important to know. It's very important to follow the IRC, the Internal Revenue Code. There are over 74,000 pages of the tax code that people can have access to if you're an entrepreneur or a business owner, or if you're a W-2 earner, that you can have access to these codes to understand how it can benefit you, that you can use it to your advantage, so that make sure that you are able to maximize on your deduction and be able to get money as far as on your refund. So to understand what the tax code is, the tax code is simply just it's an access to all these different pages that the IRS open up to business owners to say, if you follow under these codes, then you will be able to qualify or to be able to use some of these tax deductions. But people don't understand that a lot of W-2 earners, they have very little access to the tax code of the 74,000 plus pages. They probably have a very small section. So I'm saying all that to say that if you are a W-2 earner and you have a business on the side, a hobby or a hustle or whatever you do on the side, you can also be able to tap into this tax code page that's full of just information that will allow you to be able to use it to your advantage or to use it for your benefit. I'm not going to say your advantage, but for your benefit. And you got to understand how that works and what makes it illegal to write that off, okay? So I want to be able to just read this out to you. That did you know that you can be able to get per diem as $75 per day even if you don't even have, like, say, receipts or documented receipts to show you that, you can be able to use $75 as a write-off per day, as long as you are talking about your business, you're putting at least 4 hours a week in your business, and you're able to at least trying to show that you're trying to earn income on your side hustle or to start that side hustle. And a lot of people don't know that. So this is the reason why understanding the tax strategy program is going to allow you to deduct your expenses based on what is legal to write off and what is not legal, whether you are a W-2 earner or you are also a business owner, or you are both. So particularly if you're both, you're in the game. If you just have strictly a W-2, you still can maximize on some of these deductions. You just got to know which code to use, or your tax preparer needs to know which code to use. So that's very important to know. So I want to talk about the king of codes. See, a lot of people don't understand about the tax publications, right? So the tax publication is pretty simple. Like, it usually come out every once a year, and it talks about a written. It says like this: you have the right to represent in the event of an audit. So if an IRS ever were to come audit you about taxes, I mean, you don't have to go directly to them. You can say, I want to invoke my rights and then hire representation, and then tell them I decided on this day, excuse me, that I do not want to talk to you about my situation. That's called the Taxpayer's Bill of Rights. And what Publication 463 talks about, it gives you the ability to write off expenses such as travel, entertainment, gifts, and car expenses. These expenses may vary every year in your business, but that's what allows you to be able to use this to your benefit. And the king of the tax code is very important to know, is the section 162. It is extremely important because this is the law that allows you to write off your business expenses legally. According to section 162, it states that you can write off any expense that is ordinary and necessary to your business. So whenever you're dealing with a business deduction, know that your business deductions are allowed because of the code of 162. Remember that, guys, code 162. So, people don't understand that code, and what you don't know could hurt you. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to be able to educate people on some of these things that allow you to be comfortable when it comes to your filing your taxes, that understand what is allowed to you so that you can maximize on your refund, and understanding what deductions you can take and what you can't take. So that's very important to know, okay? And I want to say this other thing. Anytime that you're trying to show that you are in the act of earning business or trying to make income, you are allowed to use this as an expense or a write-off to be able to take care of your business under section code 162. And you guys got to know that, and you got to tell your tax preparer that, or at least they should be informed to be able to allow you to, to be able to optimize in that area right there. So that's very important to know, ladies and gentlemen. I want to share that with you. So it's important to know this. There is nothing in the tax code that specifically defines a business owner except for it is being someone in the pursuit of income. In other words, you are making money. If you are making money outside in your W-2, you're fine, as long as you are in the pursuit of making income, that you are able to maximize or take advantage of these codes, because there's expenses that you're incurring trying to start that business, trying to start your situation going, and you're spending money, and that's what's going to give you deductions to allow you to lower your tax liability and put you in a different tax bracket, and also earn different tax credits. Okay, it's very important to know that. So the key to more deduction is to link write-offs to your story. You got to sit down and analyze what in your house can you write off. It's a lot of things in your house that you're using every day that you can write off. And I told you earlier, your cell phone bill, your electric bill, your water bill, your rent, your mortgage, your laptop, travel expenses, car insurance, different car expenses. These things you can write off, ladies and gentlemen. But of course, you need to be documented. You want to keep these receipts and have them for yourself to be able to show your tax preparer like me, or to have for your records to know that I am capable of section code 162. All right. And this is where I come in right now, guys, because me being a tax preparer, I really strategize on lowering your deductions and offsetting your deductions, and also giving you credit so you can maximize on your refund, because I believe that, as it comes to you as far as your refund, it's important to be able to get that maximized. And a lot of people don't understand that. So what I do is I take my time to really analyze, your current W-2 income, as well as anything that you have also incurred expenses on or spent money on. And these will allow me to be able to see how can I be able to give you more deductions, as well as give you more credits, whether you were in school, the EIC credits and things like that. That's going to be able to help you earn more credits. And I want to be able to give that to you guys, because that's very important to know. I'm saying all this to say this, that as me being a professional real estate investor and a realtor, it is important for me to know the tax law, because it's only going to benefit me when it comes to the to the tax game. For instance, if I were to buy a certain amount of asset and I wanted to dispose of that or sell that, instead of me paying taxes on it, I can take that asset and put it into a bigger or appreciated asset called a 1031 exchange. I'm exchanging what I used to have, a smaller piece of portion, to what I want to gain, a bigger, for example, a bigger multi-dwelling unit. And what that's going to do is not allow me to pay taxes on it. And you wonder why, for instance, I'm going to use this personal example. People are in question about Donald Trump's taxes. First of all, that's none of your business. But second of all, if you did want to know about his taxes, he probably didn't pay any. And same person like Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, anybody who you think that has a lot of money, they probably pay little to no taxes. They probably pay little to no money in their taxes. Why? Because they understand the tax code. And when you understand the tax code, it is written and been for the people who have written it, which I told you guys early, the people who are in Congress, the Senate, because they have lobbyists who are campaigning for them, who have businesses. So they are benefiting to them to make sure that they are well, keeping their monies, And you wonder why people who have make a certain amount of income, and I'm using the average median when it comes to the United States, most of the average family, husband and wife, probably make anywhere between $50,000 to $75,000 combined, but yet get taxed at a 25% tax bracket, and you wonder why you end up owing taxes or getting very little bit of money back, because the tax code was written around the people who has the money or has the income to keep their income and not pay into taxes. And that's what I want to do for you guys, ladies and gentlemen. Everything I do is all about integrity, and it's all about helping you out. So if you want to know more about taxes, or you have a question about it, you could DM me or ask me questions. But more importantly, I want to be able to earn your business. Why? Because I'm capable of doing it. I know what it takes to be able to maximize your deductions. I understand that when you are playing in the game, or you're playing by the rules, you'll be able to know that you're okay. And that's what I do. You have to learn the game, play the game, and then allow it to play for yourself. And that's what I do. And that's why a lot of times when I charge people as a tax preparer, I'm not your traditional H&R Block or your TurboTax or your Jackson Hewitt and things like that, because these guys all have mass quantities, because they have offices in every location in the world, in every city in the world. So they are just producing off volume as far as getting customers in and getting customers out. They're just doing a basic 1040 form, and maybe to earn EIC credits and things like that, and they're on to the next customer. They're not sitting down and ask you what expenses you incur, what's the name of your business, how much of the deductions have you spent when it comes to your business, or that you have spent in your business, or you have spent trying to grow your business. That's very important to know. Once again, it's not about how much money you're making on the side outside of your W-2 income. It's the pursuit of you trying to make income, and that's going to allow you to be able to take advantage of the tax code. But guys, I'm a tax preparer, and I would like to do your taxes too. So what I'm doing is calling CTAs, a call of action. That is simply just saying, if you would like for me to do your taxes, or to take care of you and to help you maximize reductions, I'll be glad to. You can DM me on Facebook. I'm currently live on Facebook and YouTube, and you can be able to watch this video over again and to be able to see, okay, you know what? Let me see what Nevin has to offer. But I want to offer my service to you. I am not your H&R Block. I am not your TurboTax. I am not your Jackson Hewitt, and I have nothing against them. But I also have enough knowledge and understanding to know that I'm going to have the best interest for you when it comes to your refund. So therefore, I'm not the most expensive, but I'm definitely not cheap. But I will make sure that you will get a profitable return. But that being said, guys, that's all I wanted to share you about the tax strategy program. And I want to be able to relate this information right here. This right here, this is what I call the Bible of the taxes. I call it the tax Bible, because I mean, this woman right here, she's so informative when it comes to this business, that has taught me a lot in it to help me to really just, be able to help customers like you off. But I'm kind of like not seeing the comments and things like that because I've been having technical errors. But I just want to be able to see if I can maybe go to like the comments to see if there's any comments that I can probably engage with you guys in. Sorry about that, guys. Didn't mean to do that. But like I say, this is very important because real estate and taxes go hand in hand. I thought I would share that to you because it's all a part of, what I do. It's like a marriage between both businesses. But I'm trying to go to the comments, guys, and to see if there might be any comments that I can respond to. I don't see them. But if you guys do, you can just let me know. Or leave comments. Watch this video again. Once again, it's about the tax reduction strategy program on how to maximize your reductions and also understanding what's going to look like in 2021. And also for me to help you to do that, as far as me being a certified tax preparer who can also look out on your behalf to send to the IRS to make sure you're getting a maximum deduction. That being said, guys, it's Nevin here, and I have nothing else for you because I can't even see the comments, and I don't even know if this even being live recorded. All right, guys, you guys be safe, and I hope to talk to you soon. Let me just try one more thing here, guys.